After treating thousands of patients with knee osteoarthritis in my 20 plus years of clinical experience, this is what I found to be the number one strategy to help people regain their ability to live a high quality of life. Not just pain relief, obviously, is important, but more importantly, is allowing my patients to be able to do the activities that they weren't able to do, or they were able to do but lost the ability because of their knee osteoarthritis, right? So I found number one strategy. And you maybe think, oh, what pill, what medication, what supplement, what Chinese herb, what acupuncture point, what exercise, right? It's all of those. Plus, it's none of those. What? That doesn't make sense, right? Because if you focus on what I just said, all of those treatments, those therapies, you actually won't get the result that you want. You won't get it. And if you do, it won't be long lasting. I'm talking about getting people back to doing the activities they love to do for an extended time, if not for the rest of their time. So what's the number one strategy? You're probably already asking, right? So you're like, Jimmy, get to it. The number one strategy is focusing on the root cause. And you're like, what? I already knew that. Well, we all say that. Practitioners say that, doctors say that, patients say that. We all know to focus on the root cause, but when we go and choose a treatment or a therapy or a service, we rarely remember the root cause. So the root cause of knee osteoarthritis, that's what I'm going to get into, because if you can pinpoint the exact root cause of your knee osteoarthritis, then you will be able to find the exact solution to help you regain the ability to do all the activities that you once loved doing and just could not do. So that's what I'm going to tackle in this video, right? Because if I just skip to the treatments and forget about the root cause, then I'm no different than a pill, than a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, or maybe I'm no different than a steroid injection. Because when you go to a physician, that's what they're going to do, right? They can tell you to do physical therapy. They're going to start giving you steroid injection. But what you don't realize is it gives you temporary relief. But what's happening while you're getting that steroid injection, you don't feel the pain. Yes, but not feeling the pain is the bad thing, because you don't feel the pain and you go return to do the activities you want, and you are damaging your knee even more. But the difference now, because you got that steroid injection, you don't feel it. So you're damaging your knees while you're doing your activities, right? Now, if that's what you want short-term relief, short-term benefits, then hey, good for you. This video is not for you. This video is for people who want long-term relief, long sustainable relief. So in order to do that, you need to focus on the main thing. The main thing is the root cause, and that's what I'm going to get into. And the main thing, the root cause, is not what you think it is. Let's jump in. So let's go over some basics. What is knee osteoarthritis? Knee osteoarthritis is a common progressive condition that affects the knee joint. It happens when the protective cartilage that cushions the ends of the bones gradually wears down over time, right? So this is, you can see from this picture, this is a healthy knee. You have all this cartilage, meniscus, and you have a lot of joint space, right? The smooth cartilage allows your knee to bend without the crickety crackety sound, right? Now, when you have knee osteoarthritis, it's called a degenerative form of arthritis, right? There's different types. There's rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune condition. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about a degenerative wear and tear. Wear and tear, degenerative, right? Same thing. So this is worn out cartilage, bone spurs, and narrowed space. Bone spurs are like these little bone spikes that your body is supposed to form good bone, but it malfunctions and it forms these bone spurs, which creates a lot of pain, especially if they nick the nerve, right? So this is a worn cartilage. You got bone spurs. You got, in your space in between your knees actually decreases, right? That's what causes more inflammation and more pain. So the first question you may be wondering is this reversible, right? The answer is yes and no. So if you are in the initial stage of osteoarthritis and you are younger and healthier, like kids, their bones, they break them and they reform very quickly, right? So that's what I mean by younger. Now, that doesn't mean that when you get older, your bones can't reshape. They do actually, right? Our bones are breaking down and building, reshaping every single day, no matter how old you are. So coming back to younger and healthier. If you're not younger, if you're not a spring chicken, you're in your 60s and 70s, can your bones still reshape? Absolutely. How the speed of that depends on your organ function. It depends on how healthy your body is. So that answers the question. Can it be reversed? If you have severe osteoarthritis, it cannot be reversed. No matter stem cell, I know it's so popular right now. People are saying stem cell only works if you actually have cartilage and you have healthy cartilage. If you don't have healthy cartilage and you don't have a lot of cartilage, stem cell isn't going to work. Stem cells are like 3,000, 5,000 in injection. The clinics that sell them, promise that you're going to have more renewed cartilage. That's not the truth. Okay. There's many research that shows that, but let's not get into that. So the question is, can it be reversed? Yes and no. Majority of the time, when people are diagnosed with knee osteoarthritis, they're usually so severe it cannot be reversed, right? Because when you have structural damage, this is what I call structural damage. It cannot be reversed, right? So what can we do next? If it can't be reversed, then the next question you may be asking, at least thousands of my patients have asked me, is can I still have a high quality of life even though I have osteoarthritis? And the answer to that is a strong yes. If you do the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, you will have a high quality of life for a short period of time, maybe 6 months to a year. Or if you keep on getting the steroid injections, then you may have maybe 2 or 3 more years of great quality of life. But after that, it's just straight downhill very quickly, right? That's when you're doing the wrong things. Now, if you are doing the right things, you can have 20, 30 years or even more of high quality of life despite your knee osteoarthritis. So from Western medicine, they only look at inflammation and deterioration. They don't ask the question. Here's the main question. Why is your body not healing your cartilage? Why is it not healing your tendons, your ligaments, and your bones? That's the question that you should be asking. And that's the root cause. So that's what I talked about earlier. The number one strategy is that it is the organ dysfunction. And that's what we're going to get into. So let me contrast first how Western medicine views the cause of knee osteoarthritis versus the traditional Chinese medicine view. All of these slides are located in my knee osteoarthritis guidebook. If you don't have access to this, just comment below knees and my team will send you a link to get free access to my knee osteoarthritis guidebook. So really quickly, Western medicine view identifies the root cause of knee osteoarthritis as cartilage wear and tear, but they don't say why. Besides wear and tear, they think the only cause is wear and tear, but they don't look at why doesn't my body still heal it? The next thing is excess body weight. So yes, when we are obese, then that puts a lot of pressure on our joints. That is true. So that's why the physicians will tell you, go lose some weight. Overuse and repetitive stress, that's the same as wear and tear. Previous injury, right? If you had a previous injury and you didn't correct the root cause, then guess what? This is the consequence. You're going to have to suffer the consequence of the poor decisions you made in your previous injury. If you had a previous injury in your knee and the only thing you did was medication and surgery, well, you're going to have knee osteoarthritis and you're going to be right here today suffering with it. Genetics, yes, there's a point of genetics, but genetics is very minimal. Western medicine likes to blame genetics when they can't reverse the problem. Age, yes, because as we get older, our healing process becomes slower. That is a gradual thing, but that doesn't mean when you turn 60s and 70s that you cannot heal. You still can. You just got to do the right things. In Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, it's all about organ function. Or I would say, according to my view of how to treat osteoarthritis, it's all organ function. So kidney organ dysfunction, liver, spleen, poor blood circulation, which is heart, and chronic inflammation. These are the main organs. And that I'm going to go into a little deeper so you can understand why it's important to restore these organs' functions if you want to have longer relief, sustainable results, sustainable high quality of life. After treating thousands of patients with knee osteoarthritis, what I discovered is I can break them down into two main categories of patients. One is what I call hypoactive cause, and one is hyperactive knee osteoarthritis. So one's hypoactive, which is weak. Hyperactive is overactive knee osteoarthritis. So hypoactive causes, the main organs involved are your kidneys, liver, spleen, and lungs. Because 3,000 years ago, traditional Chinese medicine doctors, they already found out that your kidneys control the healing of your bones. Your liver controls the healing of your tendons, ligaments, and nerves, right? Your spleen controls the healing of your muscles and your immune system. The lungs control, obviously, oxygenation of your blood, but they also are involved in your immune system, which is crucial. Immune system and also your ability to eliminate toxins through exhaling toxins. If these organs are dysfunctioning, then your body's not going to heal your knee osteoarthritis by itself. So if we remember what I just said, knee osteoarthritis, your cartilage is thinning. So you would think, and your bones are thinning and becoming more porous, right? So you could say that the two main organs, at least that my team in my clinic, we focus on is your liver and your kidneys, right? Because the kidneys, bones, liver is cartilage, tendons, ligaments, and some of nerves as well, right? And so in the hyperactive causes, right, this is inflammatory. It's highly inflamed. You're still looking at liver, you're looking at lungs, heart for blood circulation, and an immune system. Osteoarthritis could turn into rheumatoid arthritis, not always, right? But when your immune system starts to attack your bones or your immune system starts generating all this inflammation. Your body builds bone spurs. Your bone spurs are nicking into your ligaments, your cartilage, and that's telling your brain, oh, something's attacking my body. I better send my immune troops to that area so I can decrease the inflammation. But what was causing that inflammation to begin with? It was your bone spurs. Where does your bone spurs come from? Your body was building it, right? So you see, your body was creating the problem and is trying to solve the problem, but it's doing it very poorly. And that causes more inflammation, acute inflammation, therefore a hyperactive state. You can read through this. I'm just going to touch on the main points. If you have hypoactive knee osteoarthritis, then it's important that you make sure your kidney function, your liver function, your spleen function are functioning at optimal levels. Your spleen is also involved in your blood cells, right? This is in traditional Chinese medicine. It's also in Western medicine, they have proved this out as well, because the spleen is known as the graveyard of red blood cells. What do red blood cells do? They carry oxygen. That's why lungs dysfunction is important. If you don't have oxygen delivered to your knee joints, you're not healing. Common mechanisms: poor tissue repair and regeneration, weakened immune function. This is what happens when these organs are dysfunctioning. Reduced bone and cartilage nutrition, fatigue, and low energy. On the opposite, when you have hyperactive knee osteoarthritis, right, your exposure, could be trauma, or it could be in damp weather. It can be in cold weather. They can cause your joints to swell up. Also, if your body's inability to process water, body fluids, then you will have fluid accumulation in your knee. That's why your knees will swell up like a balloon. Inflammatory, like I said, when your body's creating the inflammation by itself, it's going to trigger your immune system to inflame it even more. And that's microcirculatory impairment. The blood flow to your knee is inadequate. If you have knee swelling, that means circulation is terrible. I've had patients say to me, that doesn't make sense. If my knee is swollen, that means there's blood going there. Yes, initially. No, right now. So initially, in order for your knee to swell up, yes, blood and body fluid had to go to that area. But the problem is your body did not drain that excess fluid like it used to do. It didn't continue to decrease the swelling. And how does your body decrease swelling? It's the same thing. It's through your blood circulation. So it's through your blood circulation that your body brings the nutrients, brings the fluid to the area, but it's also through your blood circulation that it drains the fluid, right? Because your lymphatic vessels and your blood vessels, they interchange fluid. So if that function is malfunctioning, then you won't have the draining. It's like a clogged drain. Okay. If you have a clogged drain, what happens to your sink? Fluid retains. So that's what's happening in your joints. You have a clogged drain. So, and dysregulated immune system could be the cause of that clogged drain. So this is what happens when you have hyperactive knee osteoarthritis. You have increased inflammation and swelling. You have joint tissue irritation, breakdown, poor circulation. Let's dive in deeper to each one of these. So let's first go over and do a deep dive of hyperactive knee osteoarthritis. So these are the common signs that you may experience. The pain is going to be a little more sharp, intense compared to a hypoactive. The swelling is going to be more as red, warm, and tender. It's going to be throbbing, like a more heat sensation. So again, associated with lungs, heart, and the immune system. You're going to have increased inflammation, swelling, joint tissue irritation. So it's going to be more hyperactive, more red, right? There's going to be a lot of common symptoms between the hypoactive and the hyperactive. So the way to distinguish which one you have is the hyperactive is going to be more sharp pain, intense pain. The pain is going to be a little more pronounced, and the red, warmth, hot, like a hot joint, hot knee, right? You can't tolerate heat, humidity, grinding and clicking. It's going to be difficult falling asleep. You're going to feel restless. That's what you're going to feel more with hyperactive knee osteoarthritis. So what's the solution, right? The solution, again, you got to restore these organ functions. These organs, if they were doing their job, you wouldn't have any of this. That's the key. Remember, whatever is damaged cannot be reversed. But to prevent it from getting damaged even more, and also prevent it from affecting your quality of life, you got to stop focusing and being fixated on your knee. You got to focus on the root cause. Remember, I told you, number one strategy is root cause. What's the root cause? Liver, lung, heart, immune system. So the goal is, yes, it's to clear heat, reduce inflammation, but is to restore balance in your liver, lungs, heart, and immune system. That's the key. Once you do that, then you'll restore your body's ability to heal itself, to heal your knee. And that's how you get the long-term benefits. So that's for hyperactive knee. Look at hypoactive. So hypoactive knee osteoarthritis, remember, we're looking at kidneys, liver, spleen, lungs. What are you going to feel if you have hypoactive? You're going to feel more dull, achy pain that improves with rest. Okay, both actually improve with rest, but it's more of a dull, aching pain. You're going to feel a lot of stiffness in the morning. You're going to feel weak, unstable, poor endurance, fatigue. Your knees tend to be more cold and sensitive compared to the hyperactive. Remember, hyperactive your knees are going to feel more warmth and heat, but hypoactive, you're going to feel more cold. And the swelling is going to be pale and puffy, and then slow recovery from activity and injury, muscle weakness. You see, a lot of hypoactive is a lot of weakness, fatigue, right? You have a history of overwork, chronic illness. So again, the same thing, you got to focus on the organs. So what's the goal? It's to strengthen and nourish the body, improve circulation and tissue nutrition. How do you do that? By restoring your organ function, because your organs were naturally born to strengthen and nourish your joints. You don't nourish your joints by injecting stuff just into your joints. That nourishes it and strengthens it very temporary. Remember, whatever's degenerated is not going to be reversed, but you can still improve your quality of life. So the key thing I want you to remember, if hypoactive, it's a lot of weakness, deficiency, right? Cold, damp. Hyperactive, it's excess, it's red, it's hot, it's warmth, it's a lot swelling. So that's the main difference. So it's super important that you remember, if you want sustainable, long-term, high quality of life, even though you have knee osteoarthritis, you got to focus on the root cause. And just a reminder, these slides are part of my knee osteoarthritis guidebook, the Move Freely guidebook. This is my guidebook specifically for knee osteoarthritis. And just comment below knees, and my team will send you a link, and you can get free access to this knee osteoarthritis. So this video is the most important video. Most people want to know the treatments, the therapies, the pills, right? That's secondary important. If you truly want to live a high quality of life with knee osteoarthritis, because you got to focus on the right thing. Because if you do treatments and solutions that are focused on the wrong thing, guess what? You're going to get the wrong result, right? So again, comment below knees to get access to this Move Freely Knee Osteoarthritis Guidebook.